episode, we are bringing a subject that has been growing a lot among the investors across seas, which is purchasing land in Portugal and building modular homes. Is that the best decision making in investment here in this country? And for today's subject, I'm bringing two specialists of the area, a sales expert, which has been working with modular homes for many years and understands everything about this type of construction, Tiago Ferreira, as well as a land developer and someone that has contact directly with the owners of the lands here in the Silver Coast and is the best person that you can think of to find you the perfect piece of land to build your modular home, João Branco. So, thank you for being here today with us.
Thank you for the invitation. Thanks for having me.
And so that we can kick off with the first subject regarding purchasing land and building modular homes in Portugal. João, what's your opinion about the Silver Coast here in Portugal, and why has this been seen with different eyes from the people abroad and the investors abroad?
Okay, first and foremost, modular home is something that is picking up speed. There are some people that still think that modular homes are something flimsy. They don't know the reality. Things progress. There's a lot of evolution. I, for once, was blown away by the construction quality that you have right now. After seeing the factory and the materials and all the specifications, the warranty that you can provide, it's very, very good. Similar or even better than regular construction or the construction that we used to. Regarding people looking for this kind of solution, it's something that we see taking rise. There's a lot of demand, especially from foreigners, North Americans mostly, because we used to have like in Northern Europe people looking for plots of land to build or already built homes or apartments. But now, since this modular trend is coming, they're more looking for a plot of land secluded from the main areas of the big cities. Silver Coast is in high demand now. It's cheaper, it's close to the sea, we have good weather, and we, at least I have been getting a lot of contacts from people from abroad looking to come here. They do like a scouting I give them like 5 or 6 options of land in the area that they want to see. They decide on 1 or 2, they make a decision, they buy the land. We had Deb, our dear friend, watching at home. She's thrilled with it because there's a lot of convenience in this. Like if you opt for a normal construction, like we used to have, you kind of have to be here to accompany the construction. With your system, 80%, if I'm not mistaken, built indoors. The person who bought it can go to their homeland, have peace of mind, knowing that everything is going up to pace. The construction timing is unbelievable comparing. So it's a very sought after product. We will get more into that.
As you can see, there are many advantages of purchasing land here in the Silver Coast in Portugal, and for sure it has been in the eyes of the investors abroad. But now let's talk a little bit more about the modular system, the construction. Thiago, what are the biggest advantages of someone that's living abroad in choosing this type of construction system for their investment?
Well, grabbing what João said here, most of the foreigners that come to Portugal, want to come to Portugal, already open to the idea of the modular. They are more used to it, even more like in the Northern Europe countries. I have some customers from Northern Europe, France, Germany, Switzerland, and they are more open to this type of construction. They already know the quality and this type of building brings. The installation are way better than the regular construction. Of course, you can have those type of installations in the normal construction for sale, but the amount of money and time they have to spend to get it done properly, it will be a long, it's time consuming, and time is money. Most of the foreigners that come to want to build it want it fast, efficient, as they are used to. So more than that, construction wise, way faster. No doubt of it. We can have a belt, as João said, in factory about 85%, 90% max in factory. So it will reduce the time in the plots while building it. So it's the fact is being fast is one of the main reasons most people come for the modular, and because of the quality, there can be more quality with less money involved. So I think those are the two main characteristics when they're trying to find modular homes: quality and price. So they can have both in modular. While in the regular homes, if they want quality, the price will go up. But if they they want a bit cheaper, there will be no good installations. There will be amenities inside the houses. So I mean that's something we are well accustomed here in Portugal. Amenities in the houses, and yeah, we don't want any of that. That's the main issue with the Portuguese with regular homes.
Yes, and that's very true. And talking about people that live abroad and they want to hire a constructor here, and talking about the subject that João brought up earlier about making life easier in terms of giving the right follow-up to the construction to the builder. Why is this turnkey project in the modular home so attractive for these investors?
Yeah, the turnkey project is always really good for either investors, either for personal build, whatever, because they don't have to worry about anything. We take care of everything for them. Since the licensing is on the town hall, with the help of Ron, the acquisition of the plots, everything, it's all pieced together. So they can take their mind out of the building. They just need to be kept on par with what time with the timings of the build itself. So it's really rigorous in the time. So they don't have to worry about basically anything. They just have to worry to come and hire us, basically.
It's a very generational thing. We're accustomed now to have things. We want this now. We don't want a modular. We don't want to have our home and have it starting to build it in 2 years from now.
Yeah.
We don't want it to deal with the city hall. We don't want licensing project. We want to go to some place to pick up a place, a plot of land. I want my house here and I want it now. Okay, let's be real. It's not going to be now. But we're looking from since buying a plot of land, choosing a type of modular home. If it's 1 or 2 bedrooms, you do the alterations that you need or that he wants. You do everything. I don't have to worry. You license the damn thing. And since buying a plot of land, to have a turnkey built home in 8 months, I don't think I'm far off. Okay, well,
It depends on the town hall.
city hall, okay, some are can be more time consuming, but 8 to 10 months you'll have it ready. And it's turnkey. You enter your house. You have the lightning, the kitchen is already fully equipped.
Ready to live, utensils, everything, wardrobe, bathrooms complete, everything according to their taste. So.
And if you're living abroad, you know that everything is like we're recording this now. It's pouring rain outside. If you have a regular construction, they're stopped. It's stopped. So if you have a factory building your house indoors, that takes a lot of time. If you want to paint, it's raining in the regular construction, you won't do it.
Painting,
And it's not no one's fault. If it's raining, you can't blame anyone, but this solves that problem. In the construction of materials that you choose, I was blown away when Renato introduced me to the project. I knew that there are already some companies doing it. I had the pleasure of meeting the architect, Thiago, and he did his market research. He chose you, all of them. and that reflects your quality. I was blown away. People I introduced you to were blown away yesterday.
Yes.
So that's a very good thing. One thing that I noticed that some customers have some doubts is the resistance and will it last? I think that's one of the things that we should talk about.
Yeah.
Comparing to regular construction,
It's typically the same or even longer without as many interventions in the house. It's basically let's go like this. The normal build with cement and everything else, it takes about 50 years. That's the mid range. It can get with proper intervention. It can last longer, of course. That's basically the same with basically non-intervention in a modular. So the materials are all chosen to be withstanding long periods, a lot of stuff, and without so many interventions. So it's there's no issue on the length of the house. That's why we are proud to present good warranties and everything.
that's only. Regular construction is a 5 year
Yeah,
warranty.
okay, we have 10. So that's how we perceive the construction. We believe in our product. So if we didn't believe, we would definitely wouldn't give those types of warranties.
Yeah, in this kind of podcast and talking about this and getting this information out there is very important. So people know that we're not talking about trailer parks.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely not.
People see even the renders or even coming to visit the factory and see, like the first time I came here to the factory, I saw it was 3 bedroom house being built indoor, stepping inside a house, inside of a warehouse.
It's mind blowing, yeah.
And it's mind blowing. And you see, I don't know if you can show the photos or with it in post production. I don't know. You see the way you have things, the schematic of things. You build a frame. Within the walls, you put all the wires, all the plumbing. You know exactly where it is. In a regular home, you kind of have to guess it. You have like a leakage. Okay, you're gonna have to tear
It's a surprise box. We usually say we talk about the surprise box in the regular construction, especially when we work with, because we also have experience with remodeling and rehabilitation of old buildings. And we always say, these are surprise box, Pandora's box. We never know what's in there. We will only know once we rip the walls apart.
back under surprise.
Exactly. So yeah, we can see that the modular system brings many advantages, especially for the investor, for the clients abroad who cannot be here in Portugal, giving the proper follow-up with the architect, with the contractor, and so on, the many people that are involved. And with our company, with Congrau, we are able to offer one contract and you only deal with us. You don't have to deal with 3, 4, 5, 6 professionals, and that really does make life easier. But let's talk a little bit more about the land, because here in Portugal, we have seen more and more these investors and these clients from abroad interested in the Silver Coast. And I would like to ask João, what is the Silver Coast? What are we talking about? Why has this been the new hype of the moment in terms of land acquisition here in Portugal?
Mainly geographically, you're in the center of Portugal, coastline. Everyone likes coastline. It's not as expensive as the southern part of Portugal, because the prices are way higher. But the Silver Coast prices are also getting higher. If you look to Nazaré, for instance, you need to build up a small fortune to buy a plot of land there. But a bit north, a bit southern from there, prices are cheaper. It's like the way of living is slower. It's a thing that the demographics show that people are running away from the big cities. From 10 years ago, everyone wanted to live in a city. Even young people now want to live a bit further away from big cities, quieter. A lot of people working from home now, remotely, so they don't have to deal with the stress of the commute to a half hour in the morning. If they have a good, but sometimes people have to do like 2 hour commutes. So they want to quiet, but they want good roads to get into Lisbon or Porto. So we're in the middle. So it's easier if you want to go catch a flight in Porto or Lisbon, or even go to the Algarve. We're geographically, we're very well positioned. And here we have Leida, close by, Fatima. If you want something a bit more cultural, like shows or something, you get on the high road, A1, and you're within 1 hour, so it's very good. So people are looking for this kind of position, this kind of place here, placement, because they can go to either place very fast, it's quieter, it's cheaper, and it's coastal. So they have it all.
It doesn't want to go flying around.
Yeah. The other thing about the demographic is, if you look 10, 15 years ago, you would look like a retired couple from the Netherlands. They wanted to come here, they wanted a big mansion, and they would do it. But nowadays you see that, like, even you don't have to have a lot of money. Because if you look at a couple living in the United States, their kids are grown up, out of the house. They're retired, they have their savings, they have their homes there, they decide, I want to live somewhere quieter, look at America. They want America now, free zone, a stress-free zone. They look at Portugal as a good solution. We have touristically? Yeah, I think that sounds very good. So they choose you. And now we have a huge pool of people, not only the wealthy ones, but regular Joes coming that choose their land, they choose a water or another system. So there's a lot more markets. And we see, I get inquiries every day.
Let's talk about money then. Talking about market, talking about investment, because everything looks very beautiful on the paper. But we need to talk about real values, as this is probably what most investors out there are thinking to themselves. So in terms of ROI, return of investment, buying a piece of land in the Silver Coast plus modular construction, is it really a good decision making? And please talk unfiltered.
So as an investment, buying land in the Silver Coast, throughout the years, we've noticing a 7 to 10% increase in value. Even if we get to a crash where the market, no, real estate never really goes down in price. It can stagnate, but it never goes down. So even if in a bad situation, that we all fear, we're living in fluctuous times, but in 5 years, 10 years, the projections of the net worth of that plot of land will always go up, realistically 10%. Perhaps more, maybe more, but 10%. If I plot of land like 100,000, well, you need the math because I'm not really sure. 5 or 10 years, it's a big increase. So if you choose to sell that plot of land, I have a lot of investors that buy a plot of land, they don't do nothing, they just hold it. In 5 years, they sell it, they make a huge profit.
Imagine putting a modular home there.
Yeah,
I've been with a house, and in the plot will probably double its price.
oh, more than that.
Because having a house in a coastline with a great views, stress-free, near of every urban center like Porto, Lisbon, where everyone wants to go, but they don't want actually to live there. That's the truth. Not even most Portuguese want to live there anymore. The land itself will stagnate.
It's always a good investment. People ask me, is it cheaper to build modular? If you want quality, I would say it's around the same price for me. So be a bit cheaper, but you have other things, the construction time, the stress-free thing, that adds value. The warranty that you provide, the quality of the construction, the durability. So even if it's the same price, it's always faster, it's stress-free, that adds value. The kind of architecture
Concept.
concepts are very good. There are people that will look like more Portuguese
conservative style
of architecture,
But even so, sorry to interrupt. Even so, because this is actually an interesting point that you brought up, which is the foreigner that comes to Portugal gets falls in love with Portuguese culture and wants a traditional Portuguese home. However, they don't want an old home because old homes usually bring problems. They want a new home that aesthetically looks traditional. Tiago, do you think that with our system, we can offer a traditional Portuguese home in a modular system?
Definitely. I 100% sure we can do it. There's a lot of new material that comes out basically every month. Even I, that I'm in the business for quite some time now. Even now, I get blown away with the type of construction materials that are always coming up. And Portugal actually is in the vanguard of these procurements of materials. We are always studying, always trying to get new materials and trying to improve what we already have. And definitely it can be done. Be even like stone walls kind of house. If you want to visit, I'll show you our stone walls. We can do them, and it'll be like a regular village type home with a modular build.
And speaking of investments, as you were asking, lately I've been sought after by groups of investors. Maybe it's not a big capitalist guy that has a lot of money, but we see younger people like getting together. They all have like their pockets, small pocket of wealth. They want to invest, but they're looking. Okay, we're looking to buy a plot of land, and we want to build 6 to 10 modular homes. And maybe we'll market this to the foreign markets or even to the digital nomads that are always looking for places near the coast. And they want to build a project already thinking of 6, 10, maybe more modular homes and do like a big village thing that as an investment, that's a very good thing. And I have been, for the past 2 to 3 weeks, I've done nothing else but that. Like, these are the kind of lands that I have listed. You want to conceive this one and this one and this one, and they're looking for that. A lot of land where they can buy land into 5 to 6 to 10, scale up if needed to, because this is the solution that offers that. Okay? And also, actually, Portugal right now is basically the center of the world. Whether we like it or not, Portugal it's a trend. It's a safe country. We're ranked safe in the world safest country. So it is a good thing. That's why I see the more foreigners trying to invest and trying to come here and do that. So that modular is, I think it's the way to do that. I don't think it's the way. It's one way to
I
do
have,
it.
but yeah.
It's one way. It's a very good solution. I'll be honest, I'm blown away with it. And if I have to build something, I'll do modular because it offers a lot of things. If you think in a 10-year time, if you don't, now you only need a 2-bedroom house, but somewhere along the future you want 1 or 2 more kids. You can talk to Congrau and say, okay, this is what I want and what I need right now or what I can afford right now. But let's think on a system that in the future I want to add 1 more module to do this, or maybe my kid is going to have a car and I'll need a garage or something like that. And the project already contemplates that. Yeah. So that's a very good thing as well. I don't think it's the main thing.
It's not the main, but I do think
It's a very good solution.
it is. It is. That's why I also came into this type of project, because I do believe this is the future.
But you're making a lot of money right now.
No. Actually, this type of projects, I truly believe, not because I'm working in it, but I can see it as Tiago outside the working area, this being the future of the Portuguese construction building. Because we have a deficit of buildings in Portugal. So building fast The only thing that does not been steadily going with the flow of the construction, it's the bureaucracy. That we do need to
But even with that, take for instance an investor that wants to buy a plot of land to build 10 modular homes.
Yeah.
It's the same place, the same ground, it's the same licensing for one or the 10. So even for the city also to get this kind of project approved, it's way faster. Well, some city also.
Let's talk about, and this is an unfiltered conversation. So now you have touched a very sensitive subject. João, you are someone that has grown up and has lived here in the Silver Coast area for almost all of your life, I imagine, correct? For all your life, there you go. How easy is it here in the Silver Coast to have approvals or to know someone inside the city hall that would just give you that edge of help?
That
Yes, it is.
not the the city halls. It's a bit different. I have city halls that get projects approved quite fast in the appropriate time. Others, very nightmare. So it really varies from town hall to town. Sometimes, well, it shouldn't be like this, but it's easier if you know someone inside. And me living here for quite some while, I know some people, and sometimes we have to like push it abroad. And well, okay, do this. I'll buy you dinner. Do you want it on film?
So I can understand that for a good investment to make sense from someone that's abroad and really doesn't know many people around, they need to have a trustworthy constructor. They have to have the right piece of land, and they should choose the land in a city hall where things just move a little bit faster, correct?
Hopefully, we can all wish that all town halls do their work properly. You don't need to worry about that. But for now, yeah, that's definitely something you have to consider if you are in a very tight time frame. I feel like if you have 1 year to a year and a half to acquire the land and having the construction ready, okay. But if you're looking for 8 months, okay, that's something you should consider. And everything is really close by. Here we are in Leiria at 10 minutes, you're in Pattaya, Alcobaça, 15. If you want to go to Nazaré, maybe 20. So everything is really close by. Geographically, it's really the same. It's pretty much the same.
And maybe highway. Okay.
Yeah.
North to south.
And sometimes, budget-wise, you like to live in Nazaré or really close to Nazaré, but Nazaré is really expensive. But 6 minutes drive we have Pattaya, prices are going up, but let's face it, way cheaper than Nazaré. Bunyosa, right close to Pattaya. If you go closer to Leiria, it's a bit more inland. Things because it's a bigger city, prices will go up. So budget-wise, you can kind of adapt to your wallet and your needs.
Yeah, and in the perspective of the investor, because the investor, he's always thinking about time of the money coming back to him with the profits that, he made worth. So if you think about in that perspective, it's really important to choose the correct city hall because a project can be approved depending on the city hall in 2 months or in 1 year or 2 years, right? So this is also something really important. So you know the right people at the right place at the right time, things tend to move faster and smoother. And this is an unfiltered talk. So for you that's abroad and overseas, just so that you can try to understand a little bit of the system here in Portugal and how the correct people and the correct professionals can actually help you overcome these issues and these timings so that things can go a little bit smoother throughout the entire process.
Yes, true. We have the example of that. She came, she chose the plot of land, she chose you to build her home. It's on the city hall for approval right now. As soon enough, we're starting to build. She trusted you enough to assign the project to you. She trusted me enough to wire me the money to do the deed for her on her behalf. So it's really important. In Portugal, everything works a lot with word of mouth.
Or as we usually say, developers cunhas. We have that in English basically says we have to know someone to do.
Human connections. It sounds better.
Yeah, really problem. It is what it is.
And it is what it is.
But it helps. It really helps.
But it truly helps because if you wanted to do a project with anyone, you're gonna ask for referrals. Have they built anything yet? Have they sold anything yet? How was the experience?
How long are they doing?
How long? Of course. Can I see something that they already built? I came here 2 weeks ago with a friend that is looking for a modular solution, and one of the things is, but can I see one?
Yeah.
She saw downstairs in the factory one that is being built, but yeah, but I needed to see it.
At the plot, yes.
They want to see that. Another thing I wanted to talk about. This I'm getting a lot of questions. And in Maria, we've been hit by the Christmas storm. It was devastating. A lot of normal houses, the roofs went away, and a lot of people lost everything. I know, for instance, one of my neighbors, the house it vanished. It was there, then it wasn't.
I myself have some issues. I'm still not living in my house right now.
Are you living? Was it a modular home?
No, it's not a modular home. I have my house for quite some time. It basically was my grandmother's house, and I rebuilt it. So, well, not good enough it seems, because when Christian hit it, everything, mostly traditional buildings, most of the roofs went away, were blown away. Roofs, trees, everything. There was nothing. But modular home wise, and this, I'm not just going to talk about Galgalos. Most modular homes didn't suffer anything. Basically, when the construction is good, it can withstand these types of well, that's not a typhoon because it was basically a typhoon. It can withstand. We actually had a house that were put it in the plot like 2 weeks before, and it was not even what was wrong, but was not. We use a different system to put the houses in the plots. We screwed it basically on the plot.
That's something you should talk about.
We will. The next question would be about the foundation. Thiago will give us some insight on this.
Advancing with it, but it was not even connected to it. It was just put it there. Something nothing. So I even jokingly said, we have to do a video about this. Not even Christian will put us on. So
No, that's good marketing.
yeah,
You should do that. So we're talking about that because the way you fix the houses to the ground to be different from normal construction. I think normal construction is
Traditional.
tradition, because this is a normal construction for the building inside.
and the terrain can vary from one city, even from like a yard or two away, it can be very different. How do you study the way? Well, you tell me about that. 'Cause you're there.
Well, basically, we have our engineering systems. Our engineering teams will study the plot itself to see if it's suitable for the type of system that we use. As I was saying, we don't use cement in our buildings. So for the fixation of the house in the plot, we use actually Northern Europe system, let's say it like that. They use it for quite some years in Germany, Holland. They use it for quite some time. Netherlands, sorry. It's a system of galvanized steel. Basically, it's a screw that will go deep in the land. And one of the main advantages of it, it has a lot, the humidities from the plot will not come through galvanized steel. While with cement, it's a high density humidity.
Yeah, and even the house sits like 20 centimeters.
20 to 40 centimeters above.
People always have that question. Will it be like beneath the house?
No,
They cover it up. But there will be a gap. And that's a very
No, as a traditional house that you do a little step in, nothing else. If we do the finishings, we will not see anything. It will all look as normal as it should be, because it is a normal type of construction, just not widespread yet here in Portugal.
And actually, if you stop to think about the system that is used in the United States, you can basically see that all of the houses, they have this air box underneath them because they have been doing it for many years and they understand the problems of infiltrations and these construction pathologies that can come from the soil. And so if you talk to an American, they probably are very aware of this type of construction and they understand the importance of having this air gap, and you actually don't see it because you do finish around the house. But here in Portugal, somehow only now this has been brought to attention to the constructors, and it actually has been bringing some improvements in terms of longevity of the house.
Definitely, because humidity is one of the main sources of problems in the Portuguese traditional buildings. Because if you get humidity inside a wall, it's not just not like the coloring and the mold. It's not just the mold that will affect the walls. The humidity itself will start degrading the cements, the paintings, everything on it will start degrading during time. No, people just don't notice that much because, oh, I'll put it to bleach and it's all good. No, it's not actually inside the wall. It will start degrading it and you will have to do a proper intervention sooner or later. So definitely doing that type of air gap below the houses, it's really, really good for prolonging the longevity of a construction.
It's actually a very good question because many people are actually not 100% secure about this type of construction, thinking that we just improvise and hey, this is a 100 square meter house, let's put like 6 screws and there you go, it's done. That's not how it works. We actually have engineers that study the structure, study the weight of the house, and with the calculations in the program, they are able to achieve the amount of screws that are necessary for the foundation, as well as how much steel it takes for that house to have the correct structure. And all of these calculations and these projects, they are submitted to the City Hall as well. And the City Hall, they do look at them and they do give us the approval so that this house is stable, this house is secure, this house is under all of the premises of the Euro Code, which is what regulates all of the constructions here in Europe, especially here in Portugal.
Another thing that I just thought of, because there's a lot of people that think that a modular home is one of those that okay, now I want it here, but maybe tomorrow I'm gonna pick it up, put it some wheels, and I'm good. And I think there has to be a clear distinction. Even city halls have this kind of misconception. When you say, "Oh, I'm trying to build a modular home," and they say, "Oh, here comes a guy with a
basically they think when you say the word modular home, they think model home. No, it's not a model home. Model home it's basically a structure built on top of some wheels that you can carry everywhere around. A modular home respects the code, the construction code from City Halls, European Union, everything between. We have strict laws that we need to abide to, like the normal construction. So definitely not a model home, and definitely insulation-wise, and so that's different. Definitely.
Even banks. I have people that they will build a home, modular home, and they go to the bank, trying to get a loan. And as soon as they say modular, the bank say, "Whoa, wait, modular? Is this a house that you're gonna take in 10 years from now?" Even then, they're lending money for people to build their homes. Have those doubts. If you have to, and I say to some clients, be very mindful of the words you choose when you go to the bank to ask for a loan. Don't say modular home. Say like, I want to build a home.
The biggest thing here, which is actually a very good subject that you're bringing up, is that in the bank, the system here in the banks, they actually have been changing throughout the months and the last 1 or 2 years. 2 years ago, they were having more issues in giving approvals, financial approvals, so the people can actually have the credit for this type of construction. However, now we do have protocol with one bank here in Portugal. And what's the biggest difference in the construction credit here in Portugal with the modular and the normal type, the traditional type of construction is because we build in factory, the bank has to come to the factory to actually measure how much work has been done so that they can actually give the correct cash flow for the construction. And this means that we need to have some type, the bank needs to have with us a trustworthy relationship. They have to understand that we are secure, that we are not a company that's going to close the doors in the next day, and where is their insurance, which is the home, since it's not in the plot. So this is really something that we have been trying to build with the bank institutions, which is to show them that we are trustworthy and that they can come and measure the construction in our factories and that everything is going to work out as normally as it would be in the plot. But yes, this has been an issue that has been coming up, and we have been moving forward these barriers.
Yes. I'm not going to say the name of the banks, of course. We use a lot in the regular construction, the traditional construction. And when we went and asked them, "Do you want to do a protocol with us for the model?" They said no. They definitely said no. But the curious thing is, it's something that is really a Portuguese thing because the same bank in Spain, they already do it. But it's the difference of mentalities, basically. They do think, oh no, they're going to put we give them the money,
Should it be-
put it on the house on their backpack, and they leave.
But there shouldn't be a need to have a protocol. Because
Yeah.
it's a construction system as good as the other. The thing you were saying that they have to come to factory to see how the construction is going to approve the cash flow.
To free the funds,
free
yes.
the funds. It's actually a good thing for them. They only have to go to that factory. They don't have to go to Frei Paracinta or Lamego or wherever. It's there. They go there plenty of times. There's a repetition they're going to build, but you shouldn't need a protocol.
Eventually, I do believe this, eventually it will become the normative. It will not be needed a protocol. So, oh, it's modular, it's traditional, what is that? Okay, modular, which company? This company, okay, no problem.
The thing that Renata was saying, okay, in a traditional system, they approve the first two installments, and they start to build they can go to the first for obviously that's in English. I don't know. What kind of warranty is that? If it's in the factory, you can keep the thing. Take it to the bank. Take the damn thing. It's the same thing.
Well, I agree. It's what Thiago was saying. It's a matter of mentality because in terms of insurance, they will still have their insurance. The land will still be theirs because they will always, when this type of credit is asked by a client to a bank, they always put their piece of land as insurance to the bank. So
And it's sorry to interrupt. It's the same thing. Because maybe they're worried that your company or a modular company will go bankrupt and they won't deliver. What's the difference between a regular constructor? You see a lot of those going bankrupt.
Oh, too many.
So where's kind of insurance depending on the kind of system? There isn't.
No, yeah,
Filtered.
yes, that's the idea.
it is. That's the thing. But I also, actually also see the mentality changing, even within the banks. Because the banks that said no, now they said, okay, but let's do it like this. They're starting gradually to adopt the idea of modular homes being something that is coming to stay, which it is. It is coming to stay. And even the Portugal central government is saying a lot of times that modular is one of the systems that will help the deficit of the in Portugal. So of course the banks have to go with well, let's call it tendencies and change, because if they don't change, they will be left behind. If they will get left behind, there will be no bank.
Even the thing is, more and more people will start adopting this kind of modular system for their homes. and the offer and the will demand it because there's going to be way less construction, traditional construction, because this is faster, more efficient, more reliable,
And
human wise.
to build a regular, you need to put 10 to 15 people in the plot to build a house. Here, inside, with 10 to 15 people, you can build like 3, 4, 5 houses.
Yeah, well, there's an employment issue. Yeah, but you build more factories, you have more employees.
But it's the problem. Very proper, qualified constructors anymore. Okay. Even I know the people that went retired. They have to come back because there's no one to build.
I need a plumber, I need an electrician.
No one wants to be on that, and the modular home will
Solve that.
that problem. Yeah, basically.
In factory, I saw like you see the walls, like you see all the wiring, you see all the plumbing, you see everything. It's built in the factory. It's all very standard. So
It's a cake recipe. If you follow the recipe, you have a beautiful cake, and that's basically it.
you can add some sprinkles on top. You want something special.
Guys, I'm really enjoying our conversation, but we are almost running out of time. I'm really sure that this podcast is going to open here some eyelids of some people that are really prone in investing here in Portugal, but sometimes have a few doubts. And I really do hope that this episode brings here some clarity in terms of where to invest, how to invest, and why invest in Portugal. But before we finish, I do have here one question, and I want you guys to answer unfiltered. Okay? So there you go. Are you ready?
Sure.
We need to talk about the real estate bubble here in Portugal. And in 10 years from now, especially talking about the Silver Coast, which is where our colleague here is the specialist in land property finding and selling. Do you think this bubble in 10 years from now will also expose this area in Portugal, or do you think the prices will continue stable there?
Like unfiltered. Right? It's not a big question. I was open. I would say, wasn't there's a burst, like collapse in the financial market, like we had in 2008. That's kind of like hit us in 2009, 10. Did it really? Okay. There were some repercussions. The prices didn't drop. They didn't go up.
And what did they did? They basically stabilized at that time.
In real estate wise, it will always go up. It won't be like a straight line up. Maybe it will, if we have something like that, I'm pretty sure we will. My opinion, in a few months, we will see that. Okay, then there's another thing, the interest rates. Are the banks loaning money or not? Even if they do that, there are people with a lot of capital that are holding so that bubble bursts. That's when they buy.
Yeah.
And they go big. And because they're the only ones with money. So the thing kind of levels up and the thing smooths out and then the curve will go up again. That's my professional opinion. It's if you see throughout the years, have you seen land getting cheaper? I haven't.
No,
It's my thing. If they do, I'll buy it cheaper. If they don't sell it at a higher price. But no, I don't think it will. Maybe there's a good period where banks will not be able to lend as much money, but then they'll kind of adjust, like they lower the interest
rate.
Yeah, so the economy has to keep going. People need places to live. I was invited to go to Idealista a few weeks back because they're noticing that the market is searching for the Silver Coast, not Lisbon or Porto or Harvard. It's spreading out. There's a point where you can't build anymore. There's no more plots to build in Lisbon. Okay, maybe they'll really demolish something and you'll build a skyscraper. But the thing is, people are getting away from the big cities and they want a quieter life. You live in stressful times now. You think, oh, technology will make things smoother, we'll have more time for us. Useless people.
Yeah.
So
But even so, like digital nomads, they can internet. Yeah, true. So even one that is connected a lot, as I said, I am connected a lot. You can go to the villages, little villages, secluded, and still work, have a great life, but stress free. No transit, no nothing.
it's a preference.
Yeah.
Because a few years back, you wanted to live in the city, you couldn't afford to live in the city, you have to go to the outskirts of the city. Nowadays, you're looking for the outskirts of the city.
Even further.
You have a bigger house, you have your garden, you can like your flowers or something like that. Oh, we should have talked about the sustainability of this modular systems and why you can do that. That's going to be another podcast.
Correct. So there you go. We have more subject for a next encounter here with us. That's for sure.
Like, did I answer your question?
You did. Thank you. Thiago didn't. Thiago, do you have any other opinion that from João?
Well, I don't have a different opinion. I do believe, as we saw in the past, usually the market just stabilizes and then it starts going up again. Mostly because of the lack of offers. Basically, is that. And that's why they would, and sometimes this bubble went skyrocket really fast. It's because of the lack of opportunities to buy homes. But I do think it will eventually stabilize the market for a short period of time and then probably start going up again. So investment wise, it's always a good investment.
Thank you very much, you both, for being a part of this podcast episode. It was really important. Your inputs, I'm sure, are being seen and watched abroad, and it will help many people, I hope so, making the right decision in terms of investment here in Portugal.
Thank you so much for having me. And of course, João, for
Thank
the
you
beautiful
for having
conversation.
me. Always available if you need me.
So,
Cue the music. No. Thank you so much. We really need to go now. Took the head off of it. Being here with you.
Thank you, João. And it's really important. Well, the inputs here are definitely going to be a plus for many of these viewers. And the idea is to always bring content of this type, unfiltered, real content, so that you can actually help you that is watching out there somewhere across the world, making good decisions here in Portugal. Definitely, Portugal is an amazing place to live. I myself am not Portuguese. I have been here for almost 10 years, and I can only assure you that it's an amazing place to live. If you know the right people to build your house and to actually find you the right piece of land, it becomes even more amazing. So stay tuned. Every once a month, we're going to bring you here content in English, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.